Hey, what's going on, No Nation? It's CJ Wilson here with another episode of Dope Talk. A really interesting one as we know, wrap up the regular season 12-0. FSU did wrap up the regular season 12-0 with the win over the Florida Gators, in-state rival 24-15. My apologies for the late start. Excuse me. And also, rescheduled from yesterday with some bad weather up in Tallahassee. We drank the swamp and brought it up the road with us. But before we get started, of course, we're going to recap the game and things like that. Before we get started, Dope Talk is brought to you by DASH.FI. DASH.FI is the modern charge card for digital ad spend. DASH.FI is a business-to-business corporate expense card program that gets you the highest cash back on the market at 3%. Most companies start you off at 1.5. I'm going to double it up, like I said, at 3%. If you're not getting your cash back for your your business to businesses purchases, what exactly are you doing? Apply for the DASH.FI MasterCard today. And it could be something as simple as, shipping products or anything like that. DASH.FI has you covered. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and chop it up a little bit. 24-15 on the road against the Florida Gators, ended up covering the spread. Hell, if you guys checked out my preview show with the 247 Florida Gators reporter, I think I predicted 24-13. So kind of right on par with what I predicted, 24-15. You know how I like to do it, offense and defense. So we'll jump on the offensive side of the ball first. And get things rolling. All right, guys. So yeah, offensively, it wasn't a pretty day at the offense at all. Let's be quite honest. You guys, seeing the numbers, seeing some of the struggles we had, and it just wasn't with the quarterback. Just with the quarterback, it was in other positions on the field as well too. 250. This is ridiculous. 224 total yards against a very bad Florida Gators defense. Now, mind you, we did do some good things offensively when we got in rhythm on certain drives, but still, we just weren't comfortable enough at all. 90 yards rushing, couldn't really establish the line of scrimmage, even though Trey Benson was Superman for us for the most part. We'll get to that in a second. But and of course, passing yards was abysmal, 134 yards. Let's talk about the quarterback, Tate Rodemaker. Tate was 12 of 25, 135 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Tate just wasn't comfortable. He didn't look comfortable at all in the pocket, just in the game in general. We've seen two lacks of daisical at some points in time in the game. Not the false starts, the delay of games. We can't have that. We got to get a sense of urgency. And Mike said it during his halftime, his little halftime interview with the ESPN reporter. We got to get more. We had to get more energy as far as more sense of urgency. We had too many delay of games, and I think it goes with coaching along with the quarterback. We got to. I think we. How can I put this? I don't think we did a good job preparing Tate, if we're being quite honest. I don't know, man. Things just seemed out of rhythm for the most part. And granted, we couldn't. We kept starting. The early drives within the first half, we kept starting behind the sticks. As you guys know, the first series of the game, we had like a 5-yard, pretty good 5-yard first play of the game, 5-yard run to Jaheim Bell. And if we could just get through to this Louisville game and get these guys healthy, because Jaheim Bell is a little banged up. He was limited in playing within the Florida Gators, but every time we put him in a damn game or targeting him, he was pretty effective. But to go back to that first play of the game, it's like a 4 or 5 yard run play to him. Then the second down, we run it again and go to Trey Benson. If Trey was a little patient, which he was later on in the game, the whole opened us up perfectly for him. But again, he wasn't patient, was a little too antsy. Maybe he was just trying to, overcompensate and do a little too much due to the situation, due to not having Jordan Travis, whatever it may be. But, you guys see that second play of the game. He turns what should have been a positive yard gain to like an 11-yard loss. So second down is 11-yard loss. Now we're looking at 3rd and 17. That drive is just dead completely off the rip. I will say Tate held the ball way too long, too. He has to get the ball out quicker. You go back to the North Alabama game, he pretty much did the same thing in certain situations, just holding the ball too long. If you guys look at that, I think it was the second drive of the series. It was like a 3rd and 10, and we lined Keon Coleman out in the backfield as a running back, and we threw the little We threw the route, pretty much the wheel route, a quick wheel route to him out the backfield, and the defensive back broke it up. Tate got the ball to him way too late. Keon was open pretty much the second the ball was snapped. If you put that ball on him a lot quicker and give him a chance to ruin the run, first of all, the defensive back doesn't have a chance to break the ball up, and second, it's kind of Keon doing what he does, right, making plays after the catch and using his legs, using his athletic ability. So if we would have got that ball out to him a little bit quicker, it would have pretty much been a one-on-one situation with Keon Coleman and the defensive back, and I'm pretty confident he would have got that first down. Um, the swamp was pretty loud. Don't get it twisted. It was a pretty loud environment. But yeah, I don't think Tate was just comfortable at all early on within the game. And for the most part of the game, he made some clutch throws in certain situations for sure. Some much needed throws, especially on that drive before going to halftime. But overall, he just really didn't get comfortable within the game. But again, like I said, the penalty in the second drive, we had a legal formation or something like that, which made us go like to second and 15. So again, I don't want to say young quarterback, new quarterback that started his first game in the season, hostile environment, playing behind the sticks. So we were just it was just a bad rap altogether to begin the game. But yeah, I need to see this game against Louisville. And like I told you guys before, this is an audition for Tate Rodemaker, if we're being completely honest, for the 2024 season. What he does these next couple of games is going to be key in regards to how the off season is going to be addressed, in my opinion, as far as the the roster for the quarterback position. So moving forward, I just want to see him get a little bit more comfortable, take more command of the offense, take more command of the huddle, have more of a sense of urgency. We can't be lackadaisical, letting the play clock drop down and getting delayed game penalties, and get the ball out quicker. Get the ball out quicker. Play my theme music.
Florida State, your brothers, your team, your heartbeat. We some dogs. We ain't no puppies.
Alex, appreciate the donation, bro. What up, CJ? Just joined the stream from Fort Lauderdale. Shout out to the 954. But appreciate all that you do with the FSU news, tidbits, and recruiting, etc. Appreciate it, bro, man. I definitely enjoy what I do and giving it to you guys, man. We want to be a family when it comes to this. Really appreciate the love and support. And shout out to South Florida. But it's going to be real interesting moving forward as far as, the news and tidbits as far as recruiting and things like that. It's that exciting time of year, transfer portal news and all that type of deal. So even though the season is not necessarily it's coming to an end, so to speak, we have a lot of big games to play for, but the information and news is just ramping up. We're going to have a lot of shit to cover leading up to now in early December. But yeah, just moving forward, I need Tate to be more comfortable, and trust the guys. Get the tight ends more involved. I still want to see Lawrence Toafili get more involved in the passing game. He did lock on to, and I kind of understand it, Johnny Wilson a lot, and Johnny was very reliable in this game. Shout out to Johnny. But he did lock on to Johnny Wilson a lot this game. And it's probably just going back to the familiarity in which, you guys remember the 2022 game against Louisville. Johnny had that big game once. Jordan Travers went out with the injury and Tate was thrust into the lineup. He used Johnny as a safety net in that game as well. But again, just getting the ball out quicker. We got to do that. Get the ball out quicker. Be calm. Be collective. And believe in your abilities. Be calm. Be collective. Get the ball out quicker. Take command of the offense. And have that sense of urgency within the offense. Too many delayed game penalties. We got to move. We got to keep going. And you see the highlights right there, man. Shout out to Keon Coleman, this big time playmaker on the punt return scene. Just always make plays when we need it. Didn't have only had one catch, but again, big time punt return. He did drop that touchdown, which was uncharacteristic for him. We got 3 that series. I really wanted to get the touchdown to go ahead and ice the game, but the way the defense was playing, we were good regardless. Play my theme music.
We got the best running back in the whole damn league. And we got a quarterback that's going to toss that thing.
Fitting. Perfect theme music. Shout out to Tanya, friend of the show. Love you, girl. I don't know who needs to hear this. Can you put it back up from Harlem? My apologies. I don't know who needs to hear this, but keep Trey Benson name out your mouth. I agree 100%, man. Shout out to Trey Benson. Aside from that one run, like we said, I think that one run, the first carry of the game, was just him being anxious, trying to put the game on his back, so to speak, doing too much with Jordan Travis being out. But Trey had a hell of a game, man, big time game. Was patient after that run. Was patient in reading the hole, which was something we really haven't seen all year. Was just being patient and letting the blocks develop with Trey. He did that a lot, and also he ran behind his pass when he needed to also, and showed the speed. So yeah, Trey is a guy that needs to. He's going to have certain runs where you question, what the heck you're doing as far as reading the holes. But he has that big playmaker ability, a home run threat also that you gotta love too. So good with the bad, and it's a lot more good that outweighs the bad with Trey, because Trey is an amazing type of running back. I just think the scheme we run from a patient standpoint isn't his best attribute, but he's starting to get a lot better at that. But you guys see the game breaking ability he has at 225, 30 pounds, 4.4 type of speed. Once he gets to that second level, there's not too many that can catch him. Shout out to Trey Benson. He's the type of running back too that gets better with the more carries he gets. He has to have a minimum of 15 and 20 carries. Now, to be honest with you, I think he needs the minimum of 20 carries moving forward. Now, I was on the 15 side once Jordan Travis was the starting quarterback, but at this point in time, I have no problem with feeding Trey Benson 20 times a game. I just want to get Lawrence Philly more involved as well, running game and pass game, something we haven't done all year for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Like I told you guys, he's a hell of a weapon in the pass game and just a matchup nightmare. That's something I think we could exploit as well too moving forward. But yeah, shout out to Trey Benson. Hell of a game, man. Hell of a game. You pretty much carried things on that back. Hat trick, 3 touchdowns. And someone put the stat out earlier, and it's kind of Dalvin Cook-esque within 4 rivalry games against against Florida and against Miami. Trey Benson has had 10 rushing touchdowns. So he definitely does his best work against the Florida Gators and the Miami Hurricanes. Play my theme music.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah! Dr. Barry Pierre, what's good? What's good, CJ? 12-0. Looks like Keon was in the slot and even in the backfield more this game. What you think about that? Some people didn't like the wrinkle. I actually like the wrinkle on with him being in the backfield. We just didn't do a good job of executing this. Like I said, it was one play, that 3rd and 10 or so, where we had him in the backfield and we ended up throwing him the ball, but the defensive back broke the pass up. If we get that ball out to him quicker, I think he has a chance to be 1-on-1, run after the catch with that defensive back and win that battle and get the first down. As far as using him in the slot, I really like that. Just be more versatile in lining him up and getting different matchups, right? The better the matchups, the more favorable the matchups, the better. So I definitely like the wrinkle, so to speak, of putting him in the slot. I like that a lot. And also shout out to Johnny Wilson, like I said, man, the receiver threat. He made some big time plays for us, some clutch catches. Johnny Wilson has been reliable all damn season, really all damn season. Play my theme music, my boy Locke.
I'm rich, bitch.
12-0. 12-0. We told y'all, man. We told you guys. I told you guys preseason in our season preview, game by game. I feel like FSU will go 12-0 this year, man. I think we had all the pieces. And we did that 12-0. Now, of course, there was some bumps in the road, bump in the road along the way as far as injuries and things like that. But we still stayed the course and achieved a goal, so to speak. But it's not the goal. We got to wrap it up. We got to put a bow on that present tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. This upcoming weekend against Louisville. 13-0. Get the conference championship. Take back what's ours. Take back the conference that we built. Let's take it back, man. We haven't done it since 2014. So I expect everybody to be in Charlotte and taking over. I want to hear the award chant loud and clear. It was very loud on the for the Florida game on the ESPN telecast. It's pretty much all I heard. I want the same thing to happen in Charlotte. The same exact thing. I want it to be garden and gold. I want the NOLES takeover. And speaking of Charlotte, make sure you guys grab your tailgate ticket ASAP. We're throwing another tailgate to celebrate this historic season for FSU and to cap it off with the ACC championship 13-0. As you guys know, the road has been how tough it's been the last few years, and to get back to back in college football prominence where we belong. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun weekend to celebrate. The Q City, grab your tailgates ticket now. It is in the description. We're going to go ahead and throw that in the comment link as well. Grab your tailgate ticket now. We have an inside and outside area. In the inside is beautiful. Luxury area. We got a couple bathrooms. You're going to have your own food, own bar area. We're going to call it the VIP area. And we're going to be also streaming the championship Saturday games, right? There's going to be conference championship games throughout the day. So within that room, if you grab that ticket for the VIP ticket, you will have two 80-inch TVs that's going to be streaming the games leading up to the FSU game. Hell, if you don't have a ticket to the actual game itself, you can just kick it within that lounge and watch the game as well there. So that is the VIP portion. We also have an outside portion as well. DJ hired, food, drinks. Grab your tailgate ticket now. Link is in the comments. Link is in the comments and in the description. Grab that tailgate link now. You guys know how we do it for the tailgates, whether it was the Miami game tailgate, the Orlando tailgate for the LSU game, the Orlando tailgate for the bowl game last year. Hell, pick your poison. Florida tailgate last year at home, you name it. Come out and hang out with us. It's going to be a hell of a time up in Charlotte. But offensive line wise, we did an okay job, not a great job. But again, I think all that's a mixture of offensive line with some misassignments in certain situations, running backs not being patient in certain situations, and the quarterback holding on to the ball way too long and taking way too long to read things in certain situations. So if we could get that, I keep saying we got to establish more of a dominance in the run game, which I think we kind of stuck with it, even though we got stuck on certain plays. We did stick with it in order to get Trey Benson going and have him spring for those 2 long touchdown runs. But that's something we want to do moving forward. Again, we're still banged up on the offensive line. So after this Louisville game, we're going to lick our wounds a little bit. Hopefully we win that game, and hopefully we will win that game. Lick our wounds a little bit, and we'll have a long little layoff into the college football playoffs where we can get healthy a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for offense. I love what we do with Jaheim Bell, but again, we got to get him healthy. Once he's on the field, he's effective. It's just, naggy little injuries that's been hampering him for the latter portion of the season. Moving on to the defense, man. Well, I told y'all about Fuller, man. Give Adam Fuller his flowers now. Man has been coaching a hell of a season. Hell of a season. Give Adam Fuller his flowers. 15 points against the Florida Gators. 2 of those points came against the safety, so not against the defense. So that's 13 points, right? We all know about the bullshit. Let's just call it what it is, the bullshit. Roughing the passer or late, whatever they roughing the passer, hit on the King Dent for that sack. So that was third down, a crucial third down. They had to kick a field goal. So you take away 4 points there. So we have 13. That's 9 points. 3 field goals we should have gave up for that game. Did a hell of a job confusing the young quarterback. It was kind of, at first we had to get our footing and figure out some things on the defensive side. But once we got settled and rolling, it was all she wrote. 3 points in the second half. They didn't have a fucking yard in the fourth quarter. Like they had negative yardage in the fourth quarter. Negative. Great job of confusing the young quarterback, and I want to get to that in a second. They did a really good job of playing games with the safeties. I pointed out on the timeline as well. Just playing games. Shaheem Brown to show, he'll come back. Akeem didn't show. They were just playing games as far as which side the pressure was actually going. If you look at one play that I put on the timeline that resulted in a hit by Akeem Dent and an incomplete pass because he got pressure on the quarterback. Shaheem Brown showed blitz at first. The freshman quarterback pointed out the blitz and pretty much had this protection going to that side. And then, lo and behold, Dent was creeping up as well. And as soon as the ball was snapped, Dent was going while the pressure was going away from Dent, able to free him up for the clean hit on the quarterback. So again, I said what game? The Miami game. We did the same thing to get the safeties involved in the Miami game, but now he was just more so trying to confuse the young quarterback in which side the blitz was coming, the pressure was coming. I love it, man. We were very aggressive. We saw a lot of roaming, a lot of freedom, a lot of moving around within our secondary. It was beautiful. And speaking of our secondary, speaking of flow pretty well, Akeem didn't have a hell of a game. We talk about that sack he had on third down. Wasn't late hit at all. A terrible job by the officials. It was clean by every measure of football. And hell, it even plays like that linger on for the rest of the game. If you guys watch that blitz I was just talking about Shaheem and him kind of playing games, when he did go, he was slow to go. He wasn't full tilt. He didn't try to blast the quarterback. He was real soften his approach, so to speak, and that was just a reflection of the damn penalty. They want to get another penalty by just doing what he's supposed to do and tackling the damn ball. The quarterback did a great job on that play. So shout out to Akeem, didn't hit. He did a really good job. Defensive line dominated. Their running backs, they had 146 rushing yards. They did have running back go over 100 yards. Montreal, the Montreal kid, and 52 of those yards came in that one play. So before the half, you guys remember that one play? Mike Norvell caught the timeout, trying to preserve some time to get the ball back. In my opinion, should have just took him to halftime. Good thing they did miss the field goal, but yeah, Montreal Johnson, he 18 carries, 107 yards with a long of 52. So that's 17 carries for 55 yards pretty much. And Trevor Etienne had 10 carries for 43 yards. Did a really good job of balling up their running backs. A really good job. I like what the defense did. Of course, some of their motion, which I figured would happen. Billy Napier does a really good job with the motions. It did get us confused as far as our gap assignment and reading things for the most part, but overall, it didn't bother us at all. We did a pretty good job. Jared Verse, man. Jared Verse had a hell of a game. He dominated the offensive line. We knew U.S. offensive line was banged up coming in, and we took advantage of it. This is a defensive line in general. Pat Pate, Braden Fisk, Joshua Farmer, but again, Jared Verse, I think he had 2.5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, but he lived in the backfield, had other pressures as well, just getting to the quarterback, hitting the quarterback, making life hard for him. So yeah, shout out to Jared Verse. Had his probably one of his better games this season. And it didn't come in a more opportune time, versus the Florida Gators on the road. We were banged up and nicked up a little bit, short-handed in certain positions. We needed all hands on deck. All hands on
I said, are you strong? They said, I'm strong if you strong. I said, we strong then.
So CJ, appreciate the donation, bro. Appreciate the donation, Colin Matt. So CJ, 18 started out looking crazy. Did play better and make some tough throws. Defense played lights out. That game. Got half of their coaches looking for jobs. Let's go shop and flip season. Billy did kind of clean house a little bit. Half their coaches are looking for jobs. Corey Raymond, who they called the GOAT for so damn long, defensive back coach, a longtime DB coach for the LSU Tigers, second season with the Florida Gators. He was just fired by Billy Napier along with their defensive line coach. So, and I think their top-rated safety, their top-rated player, period, 5-star safety from Texas, ended up tweeting like what WTF in regards to the firing of Corey Raymond. So it's interesting to see. I know Texas is on their kid pretty hard. Yeah, man, their commitment class is open for all these coaches across the country, man. They're just pretty much rating U.S. commitment class, recruiting class. Excuse me, I think they had like 3 decommitments so far with a couple more on deck. And I want to speak about some recruits in a few seconds that FSU could be looking at from their recruiting class as well. But yeah, you're right. Tate did start off a little sluggish, a little rough. I know it took a little time to adjust, but he did make some clutch throws for us. Hopefully we can build on this performance, because it wasn't good. Let's be honest with you guys. It wasn't a good performance by Tate, but I do think it's some things he can build on and move forward with Louisville. Confidence and experience is the main thing, but we did get out of a hostile environment unscathed. The main thing is he didn't turn the ball over and put FSU in bad situations. And that's pretty much how football is going to be for the rest of the season for FSU. Just dog fights and relying on some of the reasons, relying on the running backs to carry us, and also the defense to carry us. There's going to be some defensive tough games. We're just going to have to gut it out on offense. So that's pretty much what FSU football is for the remainder of the season. But I do think we got the personnel to actually do it, especially once we get healthy. Play my theme music.
We ain't leaving without a victory. We ain't leaving without a victory.
Not leaving without a victory. Was down 12-0. When the boys locked in, man, we want to leave in that swamp without a victory. Reggie, appreciate the donation. I think every team is playing us on defense like Pitt. Smothering the line of scrimmage. You see a lot of see y'all at the tailgate. South Carolina knows. Definitely can't wait to link up with you, man. It's gonna be some fun times in the Carolinas. I can't wait to get up there and gotta give me a plate of cookout, man. It's my first stop. Gotta give me a plate of cookout. Once I get to Charlotte, we're gonna hang out real good in the Carolinas. But yeah, I do think teams are playing them, especially now, with this new quarterback and Tate Rodemaker. I'm pretty sure a lot of teams are going to stop because if you start to run, especially the home run threat and Trey Benson, then things could be a little different. If you get us in behind the sticks, or if you get us in, third and long situations, you can play different type of coverages to try to confuse the new quarterback. But if you get us in third and short, third and manageable, then things can be rough. So I do agree that, teams are pretty much selling out for the run. Going back to the defense, my secondary play is stellar as well, as usual. Now, granted, again, we were playing against a true freshman quarterback. Play my theme music.
Florida State, your brothers, your team, your heartbeat. We some dogs. We ain't no puppies.
Well, 18 had the shout out my boy Brandon. 18 had the fan base fed up with him about 8:15 p.m. Saturday night. I'm starting a new hashtag. Start the clock for Brock. Go Noles, brother. I don't know, man. I like Brock too, but Brock got to Brock got to chill out just a little bit, man. You gotta rein that shit in just a little bit. The one play, that pass play he threw, he really audible the play. Wasn't supposed to be a pass play at all. Supposed to be a run play. So I like the confidence. I like the moxie by the freshman. I do. You guys are always pretty high on Brock in the recruiting process, but just chill and slow things down a little bit. Brock, don't want to do anything too hasty, be too confident, things like that, to where we possibly, do something detrimental and be careless with the football. But I do think if the pass didn't get deflected, he would have had a completion to Johnny Wilson. But that's a different story. But yeah, I like Brock. I do like Brock, but hell, I got a little nervous too, man. They're like, damn, we down to our third string quarterback too. And then it would end up having, Duffy would have been the backup quarterback. Would have been real interesting. But yeah, we'll see how it plays. I do like what Brock could do in the future, but just vibe a little bit. Brock came out guns blazing first damn play, man. But going back to the defense, like I said, secondary wise, we played pretty well again as far as holding Florida to under 100 yards passing. They had nine. Quarterback was 9 for 16, 86 yards and interception. The leading receiver only had 36 yards. Eugene Wilson, their big time playmaker receiver Ricky Pearsall only had one down catch. Now, Grant, I do think we did a great job in coverage, but at the same time, I think we did a good job of confusing the young quarterback, and he struggled too. He held on to the ball a lot longer than he should have. It was a couple of times where if he'd have got the ball a lot quicker, Florida could have had some success on some pass plays. But my secondary has been locked down all year. Shout out to Pat Surtain for coaching these guys up. Like I stated earlier, guys been playing lights out. And they're also physical and tackling as well. So again, shout out to that secondary to have them from 9 for 16, 86 yards, one interception. Great job. Shout out to Kevin Deloach for getting that pick. But that's pretty much all I got for the Florida game. It was an emotional win. We're 12-0. 12-0, man. We're here. 12-0. There's a lot of doubts. A lot of people talking about, if we the first four games of the season, if we come out 3-1, that's a positive. If we come out 2-2, that's some people predicted 2-2. We came out 4-0. Okay, what was the narrative after that? We played those type of games, close, whatever it may be. Fuck all that, man. We won every game that's on that schedule, and I just hate the narrative of playing a team close. We covered the damn spread. 6.5 point favorite against Florida. We won by 9. Could have won by more. We spotted them 12 fucking points to get the damn 9 in the first place. So I hate the narrative from different talking heads, ESPN, people that work for ESPN, people that work for Fox Sports, things like that. Of course, we know it's a narrative that they're trying to paint, but I don't think the committee is sold on that narrative. They've been pretty consistent in what they've been doing. But like I said, if we win, we're good. But that's why I really don't really pay attention to that shit, because you got Alabama. Auburn lost to New Mexico State last week. Auburn is a 6-6, I think, a 6-6 football team. 6-6. Need a prayer last play in order to win that game. It's the Iron Bowl. I get it, which I'm cool with. But keep that same energy for a Florida State game on the road, just like Alabama was on the road, where both teams are playing with backup quarterbacks. So keep the same fucking energy. Washington State versus Washington. Washington State is 5-7. 5-7. went down to the wire. But you don't hear that. You don't have that same energy. Washington been struggling with subpar teams all year. Stanford, other teams. I think it was Arizona State. It was another team that a subpar team where they struggled with and won down the wire. Which, hey, you won. I'm perfectly fine with that. But again, though, keep the same energy across the board. It makes no sense to me. Alabama did not cover. They didn't cover the spread. Washington did not cover the spread. But for some reason, though, Florida State is being painted with this dark eye in regards to playing games close and things like that. Again, if you're gonna mark us for that, I'm perfectly fine with it. But again, let's keep that same energy for the other teams as well. Whatever energy you have for FS, whatever energy you have grading teams as far as rankings, whatever it may be, period, keep that same energy for the first, second, third, whoever it may be. Just keep the same energy across the board as far as evaluating the teams. But I do think we'll be fine. Went out against Louisville, we should be in. But yeah, great way to cap off, the regular season, a win in the swamp. I do want to jump to a couple of recruits. Not too much. We'll get to, I guess, the beat of recruiting pretty soon. Things are starting to line a little bit. But a couple of guys I want to touch on real quick that was at the Florida game. On the Trail is brought to you by Realtor Jude Paul. Jude is a realtor in Southwest Florida. Matter of fact, and also after I go over this little recruiting tip real quick, we'll be opening things up for the callers. So go ahead and jump in. I want to hear you guys, get your takes off, whatever it may be. On the Trail is brought to you by Realtor Jude Paul. Jude is a realtor in Southwest Florida, but services the entire state of Florida. Whether it's Tallahassee, Pensacola, Miami, Jude has you covered. Again, if you're trying to buy your home or sell your home, Jude is willing to donate 20% of the closing costs back to you. Whether you're selling or buying, the closing costs, 20% of it is yours. Again, 20% of the closing costs. Buying or sell your home, Jude is a no, and no's like to take care of no's. So again, buying or sell your home, Jude is also willing to donate some of the proceeds to the Battles End Collective. You guys know how important Battles End is for FSU. He's willing to donate some of the proceeds back to the Battles End Collective. So tap in with Jude. The website is www.homesfornoles.com. It is also in the description, www.homesfornoles. It's in the show description. Tap in with Jude. Make sure you guys like this video as well, man. Like this video. We're hanging out pretty good tonight. Like this video. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right, a couple guys want to go over. As you guys know, Jeremiah Smith, he was in attendance for the game. And shout out to Big No. He, got to put out the tweet that, he was hanging out in the Florida State locker room after the game. The Florida staff had to, pull him from our locker room. That was not true. In fact, you guys know how Big No would troll a little bit. But I say that to say this. He did enjoy the game from a FSU perspective. I do think him visiting Florida wasn't a positive for Florida. I put it. I think it was more so a positive for FSU, and just watching us again and seeing how things play out with FSU. He's been to the LSU game, the Miami game. He has been about 3 or 4 FSU games this season. Has the official visit lined up for the weekend of December 8th. So again, Jeremiah Smith, he keeps saying the right things. FSU is in a good spot. That official visit weekend is going to be pivotal for FSU, and of course, Ohio State taking the L this weekend and being, I guess, out of the Big Ten championship race and possibly the college football playoffs could help a little bit, especially with how their pass game really hasn't been impressive at all with Ohio State this year. Let's be completely honest with you guys. But no, I do think we're in a good spot with Jeremiah. Just keep chipping away. The more games, more visits he takes, the more the better. Of course, the more wins we have, that just strengthens our case as well. So FSU is in a good spot with Jeremiah Smith. Nothing has changed at all as far as that recruitment. I think we're in a very good spot to possibly put out some fireworks in early December for the early signing period. LJ McCray, 5-star defensive lineman from mainland Florida. He was on campus again for the FSU and Florida game. Was able to take that L, see that L as well. It was smoke that he could possibly take another visit to FSU in December prior to signing day. We'll see how that plays out. Florida did just fire their defensive line coach, so that's going to be interesting to monitor as well. There has been some rumors and things about possible additions to the Florida staff that's close to LJ. We'll see how that plays out. Florida's probably trying to plug all the stars to land this big fish, or to keep this big fish, rather, keep him from the in-state rival. So nothing will surprise me as far as possible staff additions for the Florida Gators that could, favor them within the LJ McCray recruitment. I'll just say that. Nothing would surprise me in that regard. So we'll see how things plays out on that end. But again, I do think they're because LJ is enticed with it what FSU has to offer. So I do think Florida is just trying to put out any and every, rabbit out of their hat, so to speak, to try to lock down this signature in December. We'll see how it plays out. Zay Mincy, his teammate, he was also on campus for the game. It's crazy because Florida was perceived the leader for Zay for a long time, but of course ended up fading off as of recent with how they've been performing on the field. I don't think they're a contender at all now with the defensive back shakeup and Corey Raymond. But I was hearing that the Miami Hurricanes were in a very good spot for Zay moving forward. But he took a visit to FSU for that Miami game, and things kind of opened his eyes up a little bit. We'll see how it plays out. You guys know I've been saying this for a while. Defensive back numbers are very limited. I do expect four-star cornerback Kai Bates to be added to this class rather soon. And they're also pretty impressed with the American Heritage safety that's committed to Wisconsin. My apologies for getting the kid's name right now, but we'll see how it plays out with Zay Mincy. He is in ties with FSU. We'll see how it plays out from a numbers perspective. Now, this recruit is real interesting. Florida Gator commit Aaron Childs, four-star linebacker out of Maryland, did state that he will be possibly taking an official visit to FSU. Lucas, that's right. Lucas is the safety. Xavier Lucas, he's the safety out of American Heritage. The FSU is currently entertaining, committed to Wisconsin. The Miami Hurricanes are also trying to push for his services. We have Aaron Childs, four-star linebacker, 6'3", 220 pounds, out of Maryland. He's committed to the Florida Gators, stated he's possibly taking an official visit to FSU. It was reported that he was going to be on campus for the Florida and FSU game. I'm not sure if he actually made that trip, but nonetheless, FSU is a player in this recruitment. He is teammates with four-star FSU receiver commit Elijah Moore. You guys know Elijah Moore. He is committed to FSU, their teammates. So I'm pretty sure he's been in his ear a little bit and just watching how FSU has been playing. I heard smoke about this over the summer, actually, about FSU recruiting him and being a player in this recruitment quietly, just didn't really pay too much attention to it. Now it's starting to, I guess, coming to the forefront a little bit in regards to Aaron Childs. So FSU is doing a really good job recruiting him. Shout out to Randy Shannon. He's on a couple guys down the stretch. That's pretty intriguing, really intriguing. Of course, you got the four-star linebacker Aaron Childs I'm speaking on right now from Maryland, and there's also another pretty intriguing guy that I'm really impressed with. Top 100 safety, rather, Corey. And if I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, please forgive me. Is it Parich? Corey Parich. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, forgive me. You get on campus and take your official visit like you state. And I hear people, say your name and stuff. Then I'll get it right on the next go around. My apologies. But he's been recruited as a linebacker. I see the vision with this kid a lot. 6'1", about 200 pounds. Physical guy. He's athletic as hell. Blazer, can run, make plays left and right. He's that athletic type of back that FSU, that Randy Shannon wants. 6'1", can be around 215, 220 pounds once he gets on campus and can just fly around. I like this kid a lot. Hell of an athlete. So those two guys, some of the guys that FSU is pursuing as of late for the linebacker position. He is committed to Minnesota. He is from Minnesota. Ohio State, as you guys know, is Big Ten territory up in there. Ohio State recently offered. So that's going to be something to watch. But he did state he's looking to take official visits to FSU and Ohio State. It's going to be a tough pull from Big Ten country, but I like this kid a lot athletically. So, like I said, Aaron Childs and Coy, Randy Shannon is positioning himself pretty nicely down the stretch to land one more fish at the linebacker position. That's all I got for On the Trail. We're going to have a lot more fireworks coming up pretty soon. A lot more fireworks. And also, guys, it's portal time, right? The transfer portal window has opened up, so you're going to see a lot of people entering the portal. There was Tyler Van Dyke, the Miami Hurricanes quarterback. He recently just entered the portal this evening. So you're going to hear a lot of names enter the portal. I do think FSU is going to be active in the portal once again. They're not going to take – it's going to be a quality over quantity approach within the portal within this 2024 class. I don't foresee them taking a bunch of guys, but the guys they do take, I think it's going to be some heavy hitters. There's going to be some big time guys in the transfer portal. FSU is a destination spot. Let's not get confused. The way Mike Norvell has manned and mapped the transfer portal has been unmatched. No college coach has done that to date. And also getting production out of that. So you got a lot of guys. Trey Benson was a non-factor at Oregon due to injuries and other things. Johnny Wilson didn't play at all at Arizona State. So you got guys like that on other teams, and then come to FSU and become stars and big-time playmakers on top of 10 wins last year, 12 wins as of now this year, and other things to play for. You're going to play for a big-time program that's going to be on the winning side of it. And, of course, you're going to get developed, and you're going to get, that chance. So I think factoring all those things in bodes well for FSU as far as their transfer portal prospects. They're going to be a destination spot and going to pretty much have the pick of the litter. That's why I think it's going to be a more of a quality over quantity approach this cycle for FSU. Play my theme music.
We ain't leaving without a victory. We ain't leaving without a victory.
Dr. Berry, appreciate it again, bro. I know it's early to think about, but how heavily involved do you think we'll be in the transfer portal? That's crazy. We were just talking about it, right? It's not early because it's that time of year. I think that the season is wrapping up. The regular season is over, so you'll see a lot of kids enter. We do have that early December period, so it's not technically early per se. But I do think we're going to be active. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to man it for the proper fit, things that, and the other. Again, it's not going to be, like I said, a quality class, a quantity class. Excuse me. It's going to be quality. You're going to get some heavy hitter guys that can come in and make some impact. It's not going to be any projects or just filling positions to fill positions because we're short in certain positions. No, the output we had as far as our portal success and things like that, and our on field success. We're going to be getting some guys in the portal, some big time guys. You got Jermaine Johnson, the transfer, end up going first round. Jared Versa, another transfer, likely go first round. Keon Coleman, the transfer, going first. So you get my drift, right? Guys that weren't going first round of their previous school come to FSU, make some plays, and then they're getting that type of money. So I think we're going to be in a good spot transfer wise. Let's go and open these calls up, man. Who we got first? KP, you there?
CJ, what's good, baby?
All the shit we've been saying, man. The receipts a motherfucker, isn't it?
Oh boy, what? The receipts we've been pulling out here on these boys. First off, let's get it going. Tiny Hat CEO pulling up. I'm letting you know right now, we calling out all the lies yet again. We heard all season long. We gonna talk about what we just saw. We heard it all season long. Bring that to Gainesville. Well, we brought it. Come to Gainesville with the backup QB. Watch what happened. We brought him up there too, and he went up there, knocked them boys' head off. It got knocked out of the game, came back, and led us to the victory, baby. That's what we talking about. That's called resiliency right there. All right. We seen Miami fold. We seen Florida fold. We done seen all these other teams. We done saw Bama fold against Texas. We done seen everybody else fall off. But Florida State, the only ones with that 0 in the loss column right there. And that's exactly what everybody need to respect out here. You called it before the season, undefeated out here. I've been saying it all season long. It was shaping up beautifully. We had the first test against LSU. Cleared them boys clearly. This how much disrespect we get. Everybody talking about how Jaden Daniels about to go out here and win the Heisman, but he had his worst game, first game of the season against this defense that we put out there on the field. Held that boy to nothing.
I'll pause you real quick. I know you about to get in your bag. The man had he's going to have 4K passing and 1K rushing, 50 touchdowns. Held that in check 2 years in a row, 50 touchdowns. And also you got people saying, well, who did Bama beat? Things like that. They beat LSU. But no, the LSU win it's not favorable for FSU though. So just going back to the inconsistencies, man. It's crazy, but go ahead, bro.
Right. They always got to change the narrative, move the goalposts when it come to us, though, because the whole thing is, resume, right? But we beat LSU. We put Clemson down. We beat a ranked Duke team. We handled Miami. We handled Florida. We done handled everybody on our schedule. They talking about resume. But when you look at the strength of schedule, last time I checked, the strength of schedule say that Florida State got a better strength of schedule than Georgia do. Y'all want to talk about who have you played? Michigan first, 5-6 games of the season was against teams that couldn't even beat Florida, or we wouldn't even put them people on our schedule. But they want to talk about resume. Our resumes stack up against the best of them. They want to talk about, then they want to move the goalposts. Oh, game control. Well, I'm sorry. Did we or did we not hang multiple 30-point games on these boys out here? Did our defense not shut down multiple teams in the second half where they couldn't even get across the 50, let alone try to put up points on us? But y'all want to try to talk about what Boston College did? This what y'all talking about? Then they move the goalpost again. Oh, well, right now, who's playing the best ball? I'm sorry. So is it right now or is it the total season? Because if we want to go total season, we undefeated. If we want to talk about right now, we just went into a hostile Florida Gators country. We went up there with a backup quarterback 1 week after losing our starting quarterback, and we went up there and handled business. So what we talking about here? Everything that y'all want to line up and put up in front of us, we done cleared every single one of them hurdles. We done had players hurt all season long, overcome that. We done lost our starting quarterback, overcame that. Now they're gonna move the goalpost again. Oh well, other teams look better and I'm sorry, these teams that y'all say look better, they got L's. We ain't got no L's. We out here handling business. And I'm tired of all of the nonsense. We saw Florida running their mouths all season. We got them out the paint. Now we about to go handle Louisville, because Louisville ain't played nobody all year longer. You can see the disrespect they getting. They lost, one game this season, 2 games? And now you can see the disrespect on them too. Cool. We'll go ahead and clear Louisville. And then I want to see how the committee going to try to stack this up, because we already saw them do this in 2014. We was on a 29-game win streak, and them boys still tried to find a way to keep us out of the playoff. They couldn't deny it. And we had to have one of Dalvin's worst games of his career for Oregon to even beat us. So I don't want to hear nothing out of these people. Get us in there and let us do our thing. Let somebody go have to beat us before you can get us to shut up about what we doing out here. So I don't want to hear nothing out of them fools out here. And here's the other thing. I want to give a shout out to our head coach, Money Mike Norvell, because that boy is out here not only whooping these teams, but he got these teams players leaving. He got these coaches getting fired. He got the recruiting trail on fire out here. He killing it in the portal. He's scheming it up beautifully. I'm loving everything that I'm seeing. I was harsh on Fuller every single game, and Fuller's been coming out here making them halftime adjustments and got us shutting people down in the second half, and they still can't respect the grind. But that's okay. We gonna take ours. They ain't got to give it to us. We gonna take ours. And I want to see them boys come see us. That's what I want to see. I'm tired of it.
You're right, bro. We ain't got to get respect. That's perfectly fine, man. The game's got to get played, and we'll come take that shit. Simple as that.
Facts. Games got played. No. The games don't got to get played. Games got played. And we went out there on the field and we shut everybody up. I don't want to hear this. Where is all of this coming from? So now the whole narrative is, oh well, you want a weak ACC. You want a weak ACC. I'm sorry. Ain't the ACC 6-4 against the SEC this year? Ain't that what we talking about? Oh, okay. So
that same ACC, right?
Right. Oh, that same ACC 6-4, 6-4 right now over the SEC. Oh, okay. Well, would a Pac-12 look good? The Pac-12. I'm sorry, y'all out here trying to hype up an Oregon team that already lost to Washington on the road. Florida State ain't lose on the road. And then if Oregon can beat Washington in the Pac-12 title game, they should get in. Okay, cool. Let them in there. As long as Florida State right in front of them, because last time I checked, L over there, 0 L's over here. So if we looking at the numbers, what are we talking about? You can try to put up any roadblock you want, and Money Mike and the Florida State Seminoles are clearing them hurdles. We taking names, we talking down on them boys, and we running down on them boys when they come across us. I told you early in the season, all roads lead through Tallahassee, and these boys gonna have to come and take it from us, because we damn sure walking up and snatching 8 chains like we Aqib Talib out here. That's what we doing. We snatched that turnover chain off Miami. They ain't even got it no more. We snatched the recruits out of their little recruiting stack that they got right there. We going up there and taking their players off of their roster. I wouldn't even be surprised if some of them boys already calling Florida State. Can I come and join your squad because it's cold out here where we're playing? I can't believe this anymore. Yeah, we'll see what we want off y'all roster. We're gonna come in there picking through the files.
We'll get back to you.
Ain't it? We'll see what's up. We'll see if we got space. Hey, matter of fact, put that $1.50 on my bus ticket right here and go sit in the back. We'll call you up if we need you. That's what you can do. Show me your all day bus pass because I don't know if you can get on this one yet. That's what I want to see. I'm tired of all of the nonsense. We running down on everybody, and they gonna have to give us our respect because they damn sure doing a good job of trying to hold us back. But it's okay though. We doing what we supposed to do out here. So I'm tired of that nonsense. Texas don't look as good as they've been saying out here. We just saw, like you just said, we just saw Alabama have to have a Hail Mary pass at the end of the game to beat a trash Auburn team. We just saw Washington struggling against the Washington State squad. But y'all want to talk about us when we the only team that covered? We covered the spread. We the only ones that covered, and y'all still sitting here doubting what we got going on. Man, get up out of here with this. Get up out of here with this. Tired of them boys. So
bro.
facts. And then the wild part about it, here's my favorite part about the whole thing. Right. So not only do they tell us that we can't do it, we go out there and do it. Then they got to try to come and nitpick a little way. Well, if Keon Coleman, a top 5 guy, then why he only had one catch? I'm sorry. Keon Coleman, wasn't they bracketing him the whole game? And then Tate Rodemaker may not have what he got. I'm sorry. He's been in this system for what, 3-4 years now? When I looked at the game, I saw a veteran quarterback walk up to the line, get his pre-reads going, his pre-snap reads going, hike the ball, look for his first target. He saw the bracket over there. So what did he do? Go through his natural progressions and saw the second guy and hit the wide open man on the other side of the field. That's what you want your veteran quarterback to do. But y'all want to sit here and talk about Tate not doing what he's supposed to do? Yeah, he got a little jittery in the first half. Of course, first game on the road, big rival. I expect that, but he settled in and he led us before the half. He led us down the field, and then after he came back, he was out here going to work. This is exactly what we want to see out of a backup quarterback stepping in for a potential Heisman candidate that went down with a broke leg. Y'all can they can go kick rock, CJ.
In the hostile environment too. It was hostile.
Facts.
It
Facts. Facts. Them boys was out there doing all kind of mess. And Florida State walked in there and said, all right, y'all punched us in the mouth. Y'all spit in our face? Y'all spit in our face? Oh no, we ain't having that. That's why I love what I saw out there. Jared Verse, he overrated. Jared Verse overrated. Man, Jared Verse was abusing them boys. They
whatever you wanted to on Saturday.
Boy, they called CPS on Jared Verse for the way he was out there abusing them kids. It ain't make no damn sense how he was going off on them boys on Saturday. Pat Payton out here doing work. We saw Renardo Green pick Buddy up and spine busted him like he was Ahmed Johnson in the WWF in 1997. He was on top of that boy, holding him down for the 1-2-3 count to take the title off of him. Had Buddy so hot, he was swatting at his own coach's hands. Don't put your hands on me. I want to go out here and go after. That coach was like, nah, son, you want to leave that one alone. That's what it was. I don't want to hear nothing out of these boys. Florida State, we got dogs. And all they can say now, well, we couldn't beat y'all this year, but next year, look what y'all losing off the roster. Oh, really? Well, last time I checked, we seeing a lot of rotation guys come in. We seeing a lot of the young kids getting burned. We seeing that 2 deep and 3 deep coming up here. Them boys all got good snaps. All of them got good snap counts this season. So when we bring in the freshmen, we going to hit the portal like we've been doing, and we going to come back out here with another veteran squad mixed with the young guys ready to go. And then what's going to be the excuse?
The things that kind of got us to the point where we're at is like it's not available or something like that. I mean,
right.
We still do what we do, and also, man, this is the guys. That's you got to understand from a talent standpoint what we're bringing in. You're seeing Pat Pate, Renardo Green, Kalen, Josh Farmer, all these guys making plays. Dent was pretty highly rated, but Shaheem, this, that, another. All these guys were they're highly rated. It was pretty much developed to get what they got now. The talent is being raised as far as talent on the roster. Now, once that talent gets in and get developed, it's going to be scary. And also, you got to realize too, Gerald Jackson didn't play a fucking snap this year as of yet. And to be real with you, bro, Daryl Jackson preseason wise, he insert fall camp and spring. It was a conversation for him being our best defensive tackle on the damn team.
Facts.
He's coming back next year alone. When Josh Farmer, trust me, we're gonna be perfectly fine.
I'm not understanding this because last time I checked, everybody that we done brought in there, them boys are ready to go. And when them boys get on the field, they go out there and they dog walk everybody. So what are we talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. Mike had a rough COVID year. He's progressed every single season. We walked into this season and said, make the ACC title game. We on our way. We went undefeated in making the ACC title game. And now they want to say, oh, well, y'all ain't going to make the playoff. Who said that? Oh, well, y'all ain't gonna win a natty. Oh, so you moving the goalpost again? Because the last time I checked, we were the only ones that got a natty within the last decade. When the last time y'all even won y'all conference? We got two of them bad boys, and we on our way to get a third one right now. So again, when y'all running y'all mouths about what Florida State can't do, what Florida State ain't, when y'all running y'all mouths about what Florida State, oh, next season, we talking about right now. Florida State is undefeated. We on our way to the conference championship game, and we taking what's ours. Everybody got something to say. Well, Florida State is saying it on the field. We seeing it on the field of play. That's what we seeing. It's games got to get played. Well, games been getting played, and we out here showing everybody that we ready for anything that come across us. So I'm sick of all of it. It's go Noles all day, every day, and until we see a one in that loss column, I don't want to hear nothing out of anybody else mouth. Because I tell you this right now, you put us on the field against anybody, I like our chances. I like our chances. I saw Michigan play in that game against Ohio State. Okay, y'all looked all right. Y'all looked all right. I don't see nothing that's scaring me though. I saw Georgia doing a thing, but I've also seen Georgia struggle with a Georgia Tech team last week. Okay. I've seen Washington out there on the field. Washington was out there on the field. I've seen them struggle with teams too. Oregon, Bama, y'all lost to Texas. Okay. I want to see anybody on the field. Line that up. Line that shit up, bro. That's what I want to see. Line that up.
I agree
I'm
that
ready to see all of them.
there's no team that scares me out there. I do think
Facts.
from a matchup standpoint, Georgia will give us the most problems, of course.
Right.
But again, like I said, if we play damn good defense and we can run the ball and do those type of things, hell, if we play good defense, we're in every damn game. Let's put it that way.
Facts. Talk to them. Because last time I checked, Florida State's defense is out here shutting people down in the second half.
Giving less than 20 points a game, baby. Giving no less than 20 a game.
But we can't get credit for that. Well, you're not controlling the whole game. So it's not by how you start, it's how you finish, right? Ain't that what the old saying was?
Whatever that scoreboard says when it hits 0-0, that's all that matters.
Facts. Knowles up, baby. Tiny Hat Gang, we out.
My boy, appreciate you. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get it going. Then we got another caller on deck. Brandy Day, you muted. There you go.
You hear me?
No, I can't hear you. Let me refresh my browser real quick. Cause oh, you there? Let me refresh my browser real quick.
I'm here.
I can't hear you. 1 second. You there, bro?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. All right, that's what you got, dog.
Yo, I was rocking with the Tiny Hat brother until he went into the spiel about 18, and then I was like, my man is on the bass sauce. He hit the bass. I don't know what he saw with Tate. We must have been watching two different games. Maybe my stream was a little bit low. That brother was terrified. He wasn't confident at all. His eyes was so wide. You know, like if you ever fought that bully at 3 o'clock and he was waiting for you at 3 o'clock and you was looking at the clock in class and like 2:55, you was like, damn, it's bully outside. He was looking for the bully. That boy looked like he was about to pee down his leg. He did make a couple of good throws, and that's what Tate is. He's a quarterback who's gonna make 2-3 good throws a game, and the rest of the game he's gonna be pretty much cheats. Thank God for Benson and the defense. Like I said last week on your show, beat Florida. We did that. I got to make an amendment because my homeboys from Louisville here are talking shit. Now we got to beat Louisville too, because they in the group chat talking reckless to me, like Silk on the timeline with some slides about to fight a Mexican dude in the parking lot in Ocala, Florida. We definitely got to beat Louisville now for bragging rights for me, and then anything after that is icing on the cake. I disagree with y'all. I don't think we match up well with Michigan or Georgia with Tate.
I say that because I think we matched up a lot better, especially
With Jordan, yes.
Yeah, I do too. From a speed perspective, I just don't. I think we have way too much team speed. I think Trav kind of took us over the top with that team speed. I think Tate team speed, of course, we still have the same team speed, but we don't have that running quarterback element. It's going to be a lot tougher, a lot tougher. But from a matchup standpoint, I don't really see it with those guys. But I do think Trav really gave us that extra over the top edge for sure.
With Trav, I'm not scared of anybody. The only thing, and here's why I say with Tate, is because the defense has been playing this way all year. Eventually, I think the magic runs out. And I think Tate is going to be able to get his guys going. But Trav, I'm not scared of anybody. The only thing, and here's why I say with Tate, is because the defense has been playing this way all year. Eventually, I think the magic runs out. And I think Tate is going to be able to get his guys going. and there's going to be a game where the defense struggles and the offense is going to have to pull it out. And I don't think this offense with Tate can pull it out against those caliber teams in the playoffs.
That's a good point. That still remains to be seen. And to be honest with you, what we're seeing from Florida, I mean, it's good reason to believe that. We'll see how we match up against Louisville, but that's a very good take because the teams in the playoffs, from a defensive standpoint, that we could be playing would be a lot tougher, than what we have been seeing.
I just want to say one more thing. I'm going to shut up. I'm starting a new hashtag. Start the clock for Brock. That's mine. I don't want y'all to steal it on the timeline. Start the clock for Brock. Remember, I was first on Jordan Travis. I'm not first on Brock Glenn, but he's getting my ringing endorsement. Start the clock for Brock.
Start the clock for Brock. I like it. Appreciate you, bro, for sure.
No problem.
Man, I love Brandon. He go definitely bring the energy and get his takes off. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Anybody else want to join, go ahead and hop in. We're going to wrap the show up pretty quickly if you guys don't. But again, I want to bring this up one more time. Grab your tailgate ticket. If you guys are going to be in Charlotte, grab your tailgate ticket. Come hang out with us. Me, James Coleman, throwing a pretty good tailgate. You never know what's going to pop up from a former player perspective. Got a lot of guys kind of hitting me up to check in on some things, to come to the game from a former player perspective. So again, make sure you guys grab your ticket. We're going to hang out real good, real good. Read this coming real quick. Waters in the portal, CJ. Would I spin the block? Me personally, I absolutely would spin the block. It was times I feel like we missed Trayshawn this year. Just that 1-2 punch with him and Benson. I think it was dynamic last year, and it could have been a lot better this year. The grass isn't always greener either. We see that all the time. The grass isn't always greener. Forget the defensive end name, man. Forget the defensive end name that we had last year. Number 9 last year, guys. Let me know in the comments. I just forgot. Once you leave FSU, like that shit is just like whatever to me. But again, grass isn't always greener. Defensive end last year, number 9. Forget bro name. Now I'm sorry, my apologies. But he was pretty much a lock to be a top 4, a starter for FSU, a top 4 rotational piece for sure within our defensive end lineup. Had a lot of production for us as well last year too. I feel like if he would have stayed at FSU, yeah, Derek McClendon, appreciate you, Brandon. Derek McClendon, I feel like if Derek would have stayed at FSU, Derek would have been a big piece within our rotation, within our defensive line this year. Go to Colorado, they win 4 games. His playing time has been up and down at Colorado. So again, I don't think the grass is always green on the other side. There's a couple other guys that end up going to Colorado. Shout out to Tony McClendon, didn't do anything but come back to visit FSU. Right, he just came back to party. I do think he was some buyer's remorse or some regret on his part. I feel like he felt like he probably made a bad decision too. Sometimes you get that bad advice, but again, the grass isn't always greener for sure. But yeah, I would definitely take Trayshawn Ward back 100% next year if that is an option. I'm not sure that is an option, but no, I think this year it could have been even better with him and Trey Benson, in my opinion. But that's just how it goes. Last one before we get up out of here. Do you think Kevin DeLoach will win ACC Defensive Player of the Year? In my biased opinion, hell, give it to him. But again, you got Peyton Wilson, the linebacker for NC State. He's having a hell of a season as well. Jeremiah Trotter, linebacker for Clemson. Those would be my top 3 for sure. But give it to Kevin DeLoach, man. That's my guy. Leading us in sacks. Well, I'm not sure if he's still leading us in sacks with the game Verse had, but have 7+ sacks from a linebacker position, defensive touchdown, forced fumble, interception. And Kevin DeLoach has been the leader of the defense, make him a defensive player of the year for sure. I do think it's going to be some all ACC honors coming his way once the season concludes. My boy Caleb, man, he definitely made some money this year, man. Big time player for us. But again, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be, like I said, having this thing going. Louisville, big damn week. You got to take back the conference, got to take back what's ours. Make sure you guys tune in. We'll be having the information for that show coming soon. I'm not sure if it's going to be a pre-record or a live show. We may lead toward the live show. We'll let you guys know pretty soon. But again, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. Go Noles. The next time we talk in this setting will be ACC champions.